Hello, I'm Mark Hammett, minister of the Weber Road Church of Christ in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm glad that you've joined me for this daily devotional and Bible reading. You're always welcome to visit the Weber Road Church of Christ, and hopefully you will do so if you live in our community especially. And I hope that you'll give us an opportunity to meet you and for you to examine what we're all about. We also would like to invite you, if you're ever traveling through Corpus Christi, if you're ever here on a weekend, on a Sunday or a Wednesday when we have our midweek Bible classes, but you're always welcome. Please turn to Matthew chapter 13. Matthew chapter 13 is where our reading will come from in just a moment. There was a man named Gregory P. Elder. He told of growing up on the Atlantic coast. What he loved to do as a child is spend time down at the beach, as many children do. For hours every day, he'd sit in the sand, he'd build castles and what he thought were intricate cities. But one year, his joy in these creations was threatened by a bunch of bullies who decided that it would be fun to smash everything that he made. What was he to do? They were bigger than he was, there were more of them, and he couldn't fight, and so what was he to do? Well, he decided to change his approach to how he built these things. He built the same kinds of castles and cities, but he decided to place a new foundation underneath them. Cinder blocks and rocks and chunks of concrete that he had found. Well, when his tormentors appeared, he disappeared. And eventually, guess what happened? They found entertainment elsewhere. It really does matter how you build things. It matters what kind of foundation you lay for buildings that we build today. Our homes, our works of art, pretty much anything that we erect or put up. We have to have a solid foundation. It reminded me of the Tower of Pisa in Italy, and it's one of the most famous buildings in the world. We all know it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But it has still a little problem. Its foundation is too shallow to hold the building up on the soft soil that it was built on. And the tower has stood for over 800 years, but it leans about 18 feet off center. One day, experts say it may fall. They've done quite a bit to shore up the foundation, but it's all because it wasn't built on the right foundation. In Hebrews chapter 11:6, it tells us without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. My encouragement to you today is to find that right foundation of your relationship with Jesus Christ. And the right foundation is to have a strong faith. We're going to read about a time when that was not always the case with individuals who had the opportunity to meet Jesus face to face. It's found in Matthew 13, just a short reading, Matthew chapter 13, starting in verse 53. And when Jesus had finished these parables, he went away from there. And coming to his hometown, he taught them in their synagogue, so that they were astonished and said, "Where did this man get this wisdom and these mighty works? Is this not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? Are not his brothers James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And are not all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all these things?" Remember, they're talking about Jesus. And they took offense at him. And Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor except in his hometown and in his own household." And he did not do many mighty works there because of their unbelief. Isn't that amazing? Even those in his hometown that probably had very many good things to say about Jesus and his family, they could not accept that he was a prophet of God at the very least, and certainly not the Son of God. You know, there's a lot we can learn from that, but remember, the whole point of our devotional and the point we're trying to make today is that we need to have a solid foundation that's based on a strong faith in God. Work at that, and if we can help you in any way here at the Weber Road Church of Christ, please contact us. and may the Lord bless you richly as you seek to follow His will.